What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Lord of the Lost. Yes, indeed, Lord of the Lost fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Loki, and Loki wanted to see me react to this. It is this Lord of the Lost doing their rendition of the Iron Maiden classic song, Children of the Damned. Now, have I heard this song before? Full disclosure, yes, I have. I am very, very familiar with the original song that Iron Maiden performed and recorded. Now, this is, if I'm being honest, it's not my favorite Iron Maiden song, but I would definitely put it up in my top 20 without question. I dig this tune. I know it's one of their slower tunes. I wouldn't quite call it a ballad, but by Iron Maiden standards, it's kind of ballad-ish. But I enjoy this song. I'm very familiar with it. I've played it several times, and I absolutely dig on this tune. Now, having said that, I've never heard Lord of the Lost cover this song. So, full disclosure, full transparency, not trying to hide anything here, okay? I will not be reacting to the original song itself in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score completely on the cover. Now, how are they going to do this? Are they going to do a carbon copy cover? It's very possible. That's why if I ever were to imagine bands doing a cover of this song, more than likely it's going to be a carbon copy cover. Then again, they might take it in their own direction and put their own spin on it and make it their own. I don't know. So I guess we'll have to just watch and listen and find out. Let's see. This was posted by Napalm Records. Okay. And the video has 56,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Lord of the Lost, Children of the Damned, Iron Maiden cover official video. Wah, wah, wah.
Allosaurus had never seen such bullshit before.
Yeah, there's that word official coming off of their record label, Napalm Records, which is right here, coming off of their official page. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say, so I'm not going to say it, all right? All I'm going to say is we're going to have to just wait and see what happens and hope for the best. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Ooh, I like the piano. It happens. Oof. That was kind of nice to see.
He's walking like a small child, but watch his eyes burn you away. Black holes in his golden stare. God knows he wants to go. Children of the damned. Children of the damned.
I mean, when you're backstage and you're bored, you will find ways to entertain yourself. I promise you. That was funny. I want to be very clear that the music video, the visuals have absolutely no impact on my score whatsoever. Yes, they're showing some footage of them performing live, but this is not a live performance, okay? It's a lot of, spliced together footage of backstage antics, on the road antics, crowd shots, behind the scenes stuff. It has no bearing whatsoever. Having said that, it is entertaining. I especially when you saw the lead vocalist jump up on the eagle block and the block flipped back. And I mean, it's unfortunate he got hurt. It happens. It absolutely happens. And I'm not laughing at him getting hurt. I'm just laughing at the circumstances because it's happened to everybody. It's happened to me. Actually, there was one show. I forgot where we were playing. But I jumped up on my eagle block, and it wasn't even my eagle block. It was the lead vocalist eagle block. He had a shorter eagle block than the two on stage right and stage left. The ones on stage right and stage left, they wouldn't flip over you if you tried. Those things weighed like 80 pounds. Good luck. And they were tall. They were like, 3 foot high. No, the lead vocalist was only like 8 inches off the ground. And I jumped up on it, and I miscalculated my jump. I jumped too far forward. And my heels, luckily, well, that kind of depends on your point of view. My heels landed on the edge, and it flipped forward, and luckily I didn't land on the eagle block. It was turned on its side. Now, I landed flat, butt first, right on the stage, and I felt my whole spine go, and I had to keep playing. And I'm sitting here going, I can barely move right now, but I'm going to keep playing. I'm not going to stop. Oh, that was funny. Looking back on it now, it was funny. At the time, no, it wasn't. It hurt like hell. I thought I broke my tailbone. That was not fun. But looking back on it now, I can laugh at it. And I'm sure he can too. The lead vocalist, I'm sure, looking at that footage going, yeah, that was pretty funny. The song. I am digging this cover. I'm glad that they're putting their own spin on it. Very piano driven. Piano taking over and really kind of leading the charge on this song. Very appropriate for this style of song. On top of that, playing in drop B instead of an E, instead of standard E, giving it that extra heavy feel. I like it. I know a lot of Iron Maiden purists are going to cry foul, but you know what? I like it. I think it adds a certain depth to the song that, and not that the original song was lacking, but, hearing this and hearing, the heaviness of it, it really adds a different outlook on the song. I think it's very appropriate. Vocally, I love what the vocalist is doing. He's not going up into the upper register like Bruce Dickinson would do. No, he's keeping it in his comfortable range. And as a result, it sounds clear, it sounds clean, it sounds powerful, and it sounds well delivered. So I have no issues whatsoever with this cover. I'm actually enjoying it. Let's keep going and let's see where this goes. Oh, we're turning it up. Yeah, here we go.
Now it's burning his hands. He's starting to laugh. Smiles as the flames, yes, as flesh. Melting his face, screaming in pain. Feeling the skin from his eyes. Watch him die, according to plan. He stands on the ground.
sextuplets in the kick drum, yeah. I can run up with the keyboard.
Your children of the dead, your backs against the wall. You turn into the light, you're burning in the night. Your children of the dead, like candles watch you burn. Burning in the light, you're burning against the night. Children of the dead.
That last note going up, all right.
Hast du das drauf, Alter? Mit der Polizei, Digga.
Yeah. Not a lot to talk about, honestly. This is going to be pretty cut and dry. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Lord of the Lost with their cover of the Iron Maiden tune, Children of the Damned. This was a request from Loci. Okay, before I get my score, just want to remind everybody of what I said at the beginning. I am very familiar with the original recording of this song that Iron Maiden did. It's one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs, if I'm being honest. Top 20, without question. But considering how many songs Iron Maiden has, top 20 it's up there, way up there. No, I really enjoy the song. I know it's a little bit on the slower side. Wouldn't quite call it a ballad, but it's definitely on the slower side, but I still enjoy the tune. So I am very familiar with the song. I've played the song a number of times. I've heard the song more times than I can care to count. So I'm not taking the original song into account here in any way, shape, or form. I am basing my evaluation and my score completely on the cover that Lord of the Lost has done, what they came up with. And I think Lord of the Lost fans are going to be pretty happy with the score here. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this is a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. In all honesty, I think this was a really good cover, as covers go. And one of the things that really set me off on the right foot with this cover is the fact that they did not do a carbon copy cover. They did not take the roadmap that Iron Maiden wrote out and follow it step by step by step by step. They took it and they made it their own. They put their own little spin on it. They took it their own little direction and gave it their own signature sound, which I absolutely appreciate. Biggest thing to that contribution being the fact that they did not play the song in E like the original recording. They dropped it down a fifth and went all the way down to drop B. Definitely giving the song more of a heavy sound, a darker sound, a more menacing sound. Here's the thing. I know Iron Maiden purists. I'm not saying all Iron Maiden fans, but there's going to be those Iron Maiden purists who are going to listen to this and cry foul. You know, that you made the song too heavy and you took away from the emotional value of the song. I'm sorry.
I respectfully disagree.
I think the emotion was still delivered in the lyrics. I think the emotion was still delivered in the musicianship. I think the emotion was still delivered in the overall sound and delivery of the song. So that's just me. That's my opinion. But I don't see the need for, people decrying the song and saying that just because of that, the song becomes invalid. No, it does not. Not at all. I think they did a fine job with this cover. On top of that, the vocal delivery on this, staying down in the lower, more comfortable range for the vocalist, I think that was a very smart move. He didn't go up into an upper register until the very last note. I think he was saving it to have that impact at the very end. Smart move. Very smart move. Another thing that really kind of came into play with this was the fact that the song, this cover, was so piano driven. Not just in the main riff of the song, but also in the solo section. Yeah, we had a little bit of a guitar solo, and then they switched over to piano solo, take over. And I dug it. I thought that was very appropriate. On top of that, when the piano solo was going on, doing those, sextuplet runs that the piano player was doing, drummer decided to join on the fun and do a sextuplet double kick feel, which I thought added even more of an impact to the solo. I don't think the drumming took away from the solo at all. I think it added. So that was a nice touch. The slower feel, the heavier feel on the song, I dug it. I thought it was very appropriate. But here's the thing. Slower, yes. Heavier, yes. Changing key, yes. But you still recognize the song within the first 10 seconds of the song. You immediately went, oh yeah, this is Children of the Damned. This is absolutely Children of the Damned. I'm sure other people will take less than 10 seconds to figure that out. The riff is recognizable. They followed the roadmap. They followed the riff progression. They followed the chordal progression, just dropped down to B instead of E. But as far as the movement of the chordal progression, it was the same. It was very recognizable. So still paying tribute and paying homage and being respectful to the original while putting their own personal spin on it. I think they did a really good job. I do. I got no qualms with this. I got no arguments with this. I got no issues with this. I think they did a really good job, which is why they're getting the really good score of 7.8. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.